Welcome to Columnar Based Live Session. Happy weekend to everyone who have joined us. It's a brand new month, and I'm sure some of us are already thinking about what to do to start this new month in a brand new way. Uh, Today, we want to look at a critical topic in this live session, and the topic is very, very important. It's very, very key because in today's world we have people talk about this thing so much, and we feel it's necessary to bring it to a platform like this so we all share what we know about such issues. Now the topic is very, very important, and the topic is cheating really a mistake? You know why this topic is very, very important is this, because we know in our relationship of today people use the word mistake in most of the things they do. Whenever they do anything that hurts the heart of the other party, you hear them say it's a mistake. One of the common word that people do or use is saying it was the devil's work. But today people don't really use that. People say it's a mistake. So we want to ask this question: is cheating really a mistake? Now, whatever you feel about this question, please, you can put it down in the comment section. If you do that, we will definitely respond. Yeah. Now, let's dive into the topic. First of all, before we go further, we want to look at what is cheating. What is cheating? In the dictionary, teaching is considered to be having an extra sexual relationship with an opposite sex or opposite partner, which is not actually your own spouse or partner. For instance, you are in a relationship. Let's come to the relationship aspect. You are dating someone, you are in a relationship with someone. When we say you are cheating, it is believed generally that you have left the person you are dating, you have left the person you are in a relationship with, and you have what they call sexual intercourse with another partner, which is not your own boyfriend or girlfriend. Such act is termed cheating. Now, coming to the aspect of marriage, it is now defined in a broader term as extramarital affair. That is, you are having an affair with someone who is not your husband. You are having extramarital affair with someone who is not your wife. For instance, a man decides to have a sexual intercourse with another woman who is not his wife. Such is called cheating. In the other aspect, a woman who is married to a man decides to go out and have a sexual intercourse with another man who is not a husband. Now, that is called cheating. That is the broader definition of what cheating is. Now, having learned what cheating is all about, now let's ask ourselves this question. Is cheating a mistake? What is mistake? Mistake is expected to be an activity that comes into action that was not planned. Welcome for those who are joining this live session. Thank you for joining us. Please do us a favor by sharing the link, sharing the live broadcast. This topic is critical. This topic is very, very important. You might be a lifesaver to someone's relationship. You might be a lifesaver to someone's marriage, because these are critical questions we need to discuss, analyze, and give response. Thank you for joining the live session. Do us a favor by sharing the link, share the live broadcast, like it, subscribe if you're joining us for the first time. We are saying thank you. Now let's go back to what we were saying. Now we are asking, what is mistake? A mistake is something that is an activity that comes into action that was not planned, a coincidence. Now, that's the real word for it. A mistake is believed to be a coincidence. Now, when we say something is a mistake, that means you never had a pre-knowledge about it. You didn't plan it, it just happened. That is a mistake. Now, with what I've just said now, bring it together with cheating. Can we now say cheating is a mistake? The answer is no. Yeah. Yeah. Now, do not forget that the word that starts with the letter R and end with letter E, a four-letter word. I don't want to mention it because these are the kind of words YouTube does not really subscribe to in their platform. Now, there are some actions that are not really called mistake. They are not really called cheating. For instance, the action of R that ends with E, four-letter word, you know what I mean. You should be able to understand it. That is not a mistake. That is a forceful action that is not on your own approval. So such act has nothing to do with cheating. Such act is not a mistake. It is a forceful act that is not on your own consent. We are not talking about that. What we are talking about is an act that has to do with you giving your consent. Yeah, you give your consent, you agree to it, and it takes place. Can that act be called a mistake? Because for cheating to take place, you have accepted it. The man has accepted it, the woman has accepted it, and now it takes place. Is that a mistake? Because most times when we see people who indulge in it, when they are asking for forgiveness from their spouse, they say, please forgive me, it was a mistake. That's where we are coming. So we are asking, is cheating a mistake? Now, let's look at what makes cheating not a mistake. Yeah. What makes cheating not a mistake? From what we have analyzed, I'm sure you have understood that cheating is not a mistake. You might decide to argue with me to say, okay, why are you saying cheating is not a mistake? Now let's break it down together. Before cheating takes place, there were pre-actions that were enforced before the cheating or the act itself takes place. And there's a misconception that I want us to learn today. Please, if you have been thinking that when a man and a woman have a sexual intercourse or they come to intimacy where they know each other nakedness, that is cheating, then you have been in a delusion that is not actually the truth. The act is not cheating. Yeah. The act where a man and a woman come together is not cheating. What is cheating is the actions, the activities you and the person put together before the real act. That is what cheating is all about. Now, what are those activities? In this live session or live broadcast, we'll be looking at two of such. And that is what I want us to look at today. In our subsequent live session, we will bring the other activities together. But today we want to look at two critical aspects of such activity that comes in action, that come into action before the real act itself takes place. Number one, secret calls. Yeah, you heard me right. Secret calls. Now, when you see a man and a woman in a relationship, you see an husband and wife. Now the husband wants to make a call. Maybe he or she was sitting with the wife, and then a call comes in, and then he decides to go, leave the scene, look for another place, and receive the call. Check that act. There's something fishy. Because what kind of call are you receiving that you can't receive in the presence of your spouse? If it's a business call, are you saying that taking that call away from the sight of your spouse, that you don't trust your spouse? Then if you don't trust your spouse, then there's a whole lot of issue in your relationship and marriage. Yes, you need to understand that. So when you begin to make series of secret calls, that is cheating in action. And that wasn't a mistake, because these are the actions you have done consciously. It didn't just take place coincidentally that you did not know that it's going to take you. You willfully take the call away from the presence of your spouse. For the fact that a man calls you and you cannot receive that call in the presence of your spouse, that is cheating already. Yes. I want you to understand that today. Anytime you make such calls without you staying in the presence of your spouse, maybe you were watching a television, a movie, a music, or anything you were doing together, and then suddenly a call comes in and you decide to take the call away to receive it. My dear, all I'm saying here is that there's something fishy, and that could lead to cheating. That is cheating in action. That is cheating growing. So I want you to learn today that whenever you don't feel comfortable to receive calls, call especially from an opposite sex, opposite partner, opposite person, gender, yeah, and then you take it away from your spouse, you take it away from your partner to receive the call. That is cheating. The second thing I want you to also learn today is this: secret chat. When you indulge in chat, because some of us are in this habit. You are a man and you are chatting with an opposite, gender, and then you are chatting and you are hiding the chat. You don't want your spouse to know who you were chatting with. You don't want your spouse to know that you have such a chat. Some has gone to the habit, to the extent of deleting the chat. That act already, for you deleting it, you don't want your spouse to see it. Why? Because you know that when your spouse sees such chat, it will raise so much dust. And because you don't want him or her to see it, you deleted it. I tell you, that is an act of dishonesty, and that is cheating growing in your relationship. That is cheating in action in your marriage. Because I feel for you to accept to marry someone, there should be a whole lot of trust. Yes. There should be no relationship without trust. There should be no marriage without trust. And if you are in a marriage where there is no more trust, that is no more marriage. That's the truth. So let it today that if you do not put all this action into place, cheating will not take place. Because cheating does not happen just out of the blue. There are some activities that will come into action before cheating takes place in its real act. So we are saying today that cheating is not really a mistake. If you have an opposite view, drop it on the comment section, and then we will definitely do justice to it. Thank you for joining this live session and live broadcast. See you in our next live broadcast. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye.